Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. It's Emma Says. If you are new to this channel, you're most welcome. So let's get into the business. The video may be a bit longer. So today we are faced with this word problem. We shall be using advanced Microsoft Excel to analyze most of this data and come up with meaningful data. So we are given a table of top scorers in the Premier League. So this is the data. It highlights the player's name, the club, and the number of goals. So we are required, as per the question, we are required to retrieve the birthday date of the following players from the data in birthday worksheet and complete the table. So from the birthday data, it's where we shall retrieve the weekday number with the birth date, then also the weekday name. So we are given the players' names, the ones in interest. We shall be looking at a variety of functions, and we shall uh, we shall do our best to explain each and everything, such that we really understand most of it. So we can start by calculating or finding the birth date of this player and this one, Robin Fowler. So we are presented with two worksheets. We have the worksheet of the soccer data, then also the birth dates. So we shall be using, we would have used VLOOKUP, but VLOOKUP has its own limitations. Like for example, it only looks for data on the right. So, and if you try to look at our data, it's on the left. Then another weakness would be in terms of when you're analyzing using VLOOKUP, it only finds the first match. Uh, so we shall be using two functions. We shall be using two functions and come up with formulas. So we shall be using the index and the match function, and we come up with the information we need. So basically, if I'm to give you just a brief background on index and match, that we say that index and match functions are more powerful than VLOOKUP. Yeah, that is for the fact, because for them, mainly their limitations are few. They don't. Then when you try to look at the index function itself, for it retrieves the value at a given location in a range of cells based on the numeric position. So we shall first use that statement to see. When we shall use the index itself, equal sign index. Then what's our array? So you can click on the function here. We shall be using this one. So this is the index. So our array, it's more of like the range where we are extracting from. So it's in the birth date, but our array is this. This is our range because we are looking for the birth date itself. Then we can lock that range. We can lock it. Then what's our row number? So when we try to come back here, okay, we can remove this. What's our row number? Remember, our first person was this one. He's in the second row. Basing on the selection we did, he's in the second row. This was the first, this is the second. So we put 2. Then our column, it's in the first column. I can show you. This is the column. This is column 1. Okay. This is column 1. So is in the first column. Then you press enter. Okay. So this is the date. And if you try to notice, Britain York uh, is this one. It is 14th December 1979. Then this is also 14th December 1979. You get. So the index function itself, it only retrieves that value at a given location. Remember, we haven't yet looked at this as this. All this is just based on this. So we are retrieving the data at a given location. We know this person, this is the location. This location, based on our selection, it's the second row on the first column. That is right. Now our challenge is we need to locate the position of that cell we are looking for. Now this is where the match function comes in. The match function itself is designed in one way to find the position of that given cell you are looking for in that range. That is the brief summary statement I can give you. Its design is just to look for that particular position in that range you are looking for. You get. So that is the match. And yes, this can be true, but for purposes of huge data, once you round off, it doesn't make sense. It cannot solve the problem. Yes, this is correct, but this formula is still way too young to be used. We can't use it. Then, so I've given you a brief summary on the index and match. So mainly, the index needs numeric positions. Then, when I say numeric positions, you look at this. This is Winton York. So when we come here, we need numeric positions. He's on the second column in row 1. Those are the numeric positions. Then where does the match function come in? The match function comes in to find these positions. Then once we use the match function and the index function, it's called the nested function. We are nesting. We are using two functions to come up or to achieve a common goal. Remember, our answer is in the second. It's in the second what? It's in the second row of the first column. So we may not. We already know the answer is in the first row, first column. So we need to find this position. This position. This is the first position. It's 2. I can just use it a brief. You can use the match function. This is match function. Then what's your lookup value? What are you looking for? I'm looking for this name. You are looking for that name in which lookup array? This is my lookup array. So I'm looking for it in that lookup array. I can lock this. Then it tells me, it gives me another argument, but I want the exact match. Then I can close this and press enter. You will notice that this is the second position. These 2 we obtained here using by that function is the same. It's the same 2. So what we need to do is we need to get this formula. We get this. Then we put it here. When we put this formula here, it will be match function. What's our lookup value is this. What's our lookup range? Lookup array is this. You get? Then we press F4 to lock. Then we're looking for the exact match and we close. So when we close this and we press enter, we still have the same answer. So this is basically the formula. Now, We have another challenge. This formula is okay. Basically, you are done. But once we fill handle this to this, it will give us a not applicable. Why? Isn't this person in this worksheet? This person is in the worksheet. Robbie Fowler. But you try to look when you try to look at. Let me try to zoom. Let me just try to zoom. Let me just zoom this a little bit. When you try to look at this, you will notice that the space in between the names is proper compared to this. There's a huge space here. So to make the sentence or the name more proper, we need to use another function, and that will be the trim function. So what are we trimming? We are trimming this. Since our formula is going to be consistent throughout the formula, we may encounter more challenges. So we develop a complete formula that caters for all possible scenarios, which it will address all possible scenarios such that we don't need to go back to revise the formulas. So I will introduce the trim function here. So once I introduce the trim function, if the func if the cell if the contents in the cell are proper, it will retain that. It will not change anything. But if the cells need to be put proper, it will give us the correct value. Let me just demonstrate here the trim function. Equal sign, trim. I just want to show you how it looks like. So you close this. Once you see, it makes it more proper. If I carry this and put it here, you'll notice it's more proper. Now it is in line with this. Good. And this is the 4th of the ninth month, 1975, which is this. So basically that's it. Then I think I've exhausted everything. So we can move to the next part of the question, which relies on the first part we have just solved. So we can move to how to calculate the weekday number. So how do we calculate the weekday number? And basically, by the way, what's the weekday? The weekday number, we shall be using that function. It's called weekday. That it's not a function. Okay, the weekday. When we are doing that, we want to retrieve, or we want to return the day of the week corresponding to this date. Are we together? So like if someone was born on this date and we need to know the actual date it was, we have 7 days in a week. We use there's a formula we use. It's simpler. Uh, I can demonstrate that. We shall use the text function. Text. Then you open your brackets. So once you open your brackets, we can select this, comma. Then it will tell us the format text. I usually love to use this because it usually demonstrates the figure here. So it tells us what format do you need. So we can put in the D's. You can use small letters like 4. Then I put this. So once you do like this, it will give us the day. So this day was Friday. So basically that's it. And this was Wednesday. Then the other thing is what's the weekday name? Oh no, these ones have to be here because those are the weekday names. What I did was I just dragged, so I can just make this again that in advanced Excel. Being in a position, it's not all about you knowing how to juggle out the formulas. No, that's not it. That's irrelevant. Most of the times, it is how you use these formulas to solve the given problem you have been assigned. if someone comes to you and he needs to solve this, now, you knowing the index match function is something good. You can really go in details with it, and if you need more videos and more examples on it, you can always just drop a comment. Then we can work around that. So we are looking for the weekday number. Then we can also look at the weekday. But all the explanations I've been doing, we are calculating the weekday name, which is Friday and Wednesday. So when you look at the weekday number, here we retrieve the week number of the given date. And this formula is not tricky. So we shall just say equal sign, then you just put weekday number. Then we select this, you press enter. So this was the 50th week of the year, and this was the 15th week of the year. So I think we have exhausted everything in this video. But before I sum up and we call it a day, I would want to show you something. This cell was said in a date format, but in most cases it will look like this. I've already explained the formula, so I may not indicate a lot or explain a lot in terms of what I'm doing as per now. So I'm using the index and what's my array. So just I came here, then selected this, then I locked, and then I came here, then it was 2, it was the second, then in the first column, and I close this. But these two, to find this exact position, I have to use the match function. Open this. So what's my lookup value? My lookup value is this. Then comma. What's my lookup range? It was this. Then I lock this F4. Then I'm looking for the exact match. Then I closed. Then I come back on this. It was this, and I put here the trim function, the trim. Okay, and this and this. Okay, let me see. Did I get it right? Okay, let me see. Okay, okay. No, no, no. I think I didn't get it right. Let me just do like this. Let me repeat this. I think I was working so fast. But I need you to see this. What's my lookup range? Array is this. Okay. Then this is 2. Then this is 1. Close this. Okay. This is what I wanted you to see. This is not wrong. It's just that most of the times when you get something like this, it goes back again to the formatting here. So you always have to come back here. Then you might in general. You come back here to remember you're dealing with dates. Then you look for the date that falls in line with that. So you can what? If the date is there, you put it. If it's not there, then you go back to customs and you insert it. Or you can come here, then you can use like this one, and you put it. So basically, that was it. You can modify this to match. Okay, then the lookup value is this. Then lookup range is this. then exact match 0, then you close this. To still give you this, then you can always come back and you do the trim. This is just to make the other one more proper. And you press enter. So basically that's it for this video. If you found it helpful, uh, the subscription may not be that very important. It's the applicability of the knowledge and the appreciation of the work we try to put in to do the research and explain all these things to you such that they become more important as we continue to improve ourselves each and every day. Uh, I may have this approach and you have a better one. You can always leave some comments in the description for purposes of growth and working as one team. Otherwise, if you found this video helpful, have a nice day. Take care. Thank you so much. So I save this. I don't save this. I can save this.